Happy Friday, Books and Cooks. It's Mrs. N. You'll notice I have something different today. I am wearing a necklace that says Oma. That means grandma. So guess who's gonna be a grandma? That's right, that's me. I know you'll be excited for me. And I miss you, and I'm gonna teach you a new recipe today. It's a family recipe. It's only 5 ingredients. Only 5 ingredients. So let me get you started so that you can make my mother's amazing cookies and cream, easiest ever ice cream, okay? It's just freezer ice cream, super easy. So you'll need Oreos. Now, if you don't like Oreos, you can do M&Ms, you can do chocolate chips, you can do a lot of whatever you like in your ice cream. You will need 4 cups of heavy whipping cream. You are going to need 4 teaspoons of vanilla. You are going to need a measuring cup because that's helpful. I actually have another cup because we're going to separate the egg yolks today. So I'm going to put the egg whites in there. You will need 3 eggs. You will need 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. And so because of the can, you are going to need a can opener or somebody to help you open the can, okay? And you're going to need measuring spoons, and you have your choice. You can either do a loaf pan, and I always like to put wax paper into the loaf pan, or you can just do a muffin tin, and I know you all love muffins, so you can do a muffin tin with muffin cups. Just really easy cleanup and super easy to do that. Alrighty, and a bowl, of course, and something to chop your Oreos. So we're going to start with our Oreos. I like to use as few dishes as possible so we have easy cleanup. So it's up to you how many Oreos that you would like to use, but normally it's about a cup of Oreos. So you can see here, I'm gonna do about a cup of Oreos. And this is a 2 cup, so I'm going to fill this up. Let's see here, about a cup. All right, so there's about a cup of Oreos. I'm gonna put that in my bowl, and then I'm gonna crunch them. Now, my mom used to make them with M&Ms. Absolutely delicious to make M&M ice cream, but my kids like cookies and cream, so I am going to mash up the Oreos. Alrighty, so I'm done with that. So now I'm going to pour my heavy whipping cream into my 2 cup, and if you don't want to use the measuring cup, you can actually just put in a pint and then put in another pint, okay? Here we go, 2 cups and another 2 cups, so that'll be a total of 4 cups. Alrighty, get that all in there. So 16 full ounces, so 1 pint, so 2 pints or 4 cups. Alrighty, so we have all of that in there, and I'm going to kind of show what that looks like. Can you see that? Alright, and now I've already used my can opener, and you have to be very, very careful. So I really suggest that you let mom or dad or an older sibling help you with this. You want to be super careful with the lid because it is sharp, alright, when you take that off. So this is the sweetened condensed milk, and you just pour it right on in. Right on in. It's very, very thick and sweet. All right. I'm going to get the last bit of it in there because we're going to use it all. Even that last little bit is probably several tablespoons worth, isn't it? Try to use it all. There's a little bit more in there. All right, I've got that. All right, I'm just gonna stir it just a little bit. All right, and so now you're going to use your measuring spoons, and you are going to need 4 teaspoons of vanilla. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So I just want to make sure that I clarify that it's not tablespoons, it's teaspoons. All right, so the tablespoon is your bigger measuring spoon. The teaspoon is the smaller one. So if you do tablespoons, it's gonna taste super, super vanilla-y, right? And it could be a little too runny. So make sure that it's 4 teaspoons and it'll be the perfect measurement. Alrighty, so now we have our eggs. You're going to need 3 eggs. And what I like to do is actually separate the eggs. Now, if for some reason you get egg white in here, it's fine. I've actually put just 3 regular eggs. We've made this so many times and it's fine. But if you separate them, you can actually use the egg whites for something else. You don't need them, okay? You don't need them. Alrighty, so I'm gonna crack the egg. Alrighty. So what I do is I crack the egg and I keep the yolk in the other half of the shell, all right? And I kind of hold it and I drain it. Can you see how I'm just sort of draining it? So now I am going to release the other half of the eggshell and I just have it in my hand. You see that perfect yolk? And then I just pull it back and forth and make sure all the egg white gets into the measuring cup. All right. Put that in there right now. All right. The reason why I'm doing this is just to make sure there's no eggshell on it. You can just throw it in there, but just in case, it's nice to check it, isn't it? All right. I'm just going to crack it again. I'm going to open up my egg. This one's actually turned out to be a little messier than eggshell. All right. And get that one out. That's why I like to do 2 cups. All right. I'm going to kind of pour it out. There we go. I'm going to move the eggshell, and then I just sort of rock the egg yolk back and forth in my hand, and I let the egg white drain. Alrighty. I'm going to put the yolk here in my cup, and I have 1 more egg to go. Okay, crack it a little bit more. Didn't quite go. Open it up. Oh, this one is perfect. No broken eggshells. All right, I'm going to drain it a little bit. I open up my fingers just a little bit to kind of let that gooey egg white go through them. Massage it back and forth. Put it in the cup. I'm going to kind of look around, see if there's any eggshells. None in there. All right, I'm going to pour it right in, and I need to go wash my hands. So I'm going to wash my hands really quickly here. Alrighty. And all of you washed your hands, didn't you? You are pros. I know that you did it before we started. Alrighty, so we have our cookies from our Oreos in there. I have even done it with chocolate chip cookies, which is totally fine, but you got to make sure that if you do it with the chocolate chip cookies, that you put those in last, because those ones tend to get really crumbly and a little bit soggy. So if you decided that you wanted to put chocolate chip cookies into your mixture, just do it last. All right, so we have our egg yolks, we have our cream, our Oreos, and our vanilla, and our sweetened condensed milk. And I am just stirring it. All righty, oh, that looks so good. Now, I only put a cup of the Oreos in here, but if you want to do more, you may. My children love the Oreos. So sometimes after I've already poured everything, I'll even add a few extra. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do here, it's all nice and stirred, all mixed. I'm going to put this right over here, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. So that's what your mixture is going to look like. Alrighty? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually pour this into my baking cups, okay? And I've already put those in my muffin tin, and I've already taken my wax paper, just a square, and I put it right in to my loaf pan. I've given you a nice big recipe. You can half the recipe, but I'm a large family, so I always do a double batch. So the truth of the matter is, instead of 4 cups of cream, you could totally half everything. You could just do 2. And do the same with the teaspoons of vanilla. Instead of doing 4, you could do 2. You could do that. But it's hard to do 1.5 eggs, isn't it? But you could do it probably. Alrighty, here we go. So I'm going to pour it. I'm just going to use my cup that I have here. Alright, and this part's a little messy, but that's okay. It's all going to work out, so don't stress. You're gonna put it in, and you're gonna kind of notice that it's gonna drip. That's why I have a cloth here. It's a little messy, but messes are good. This is a good mess. All righty. Got to get some of those Oreos in there. All right. All right, I'm gonna put that here in my cups. Looks amazing. All right. Let's get some more. Oh, Bella's over here. Bella, my bulldog. You know, she isn't cooking, so sometimes she gets a scrap of bacon or cheese or meat, but she does not get to have Oreo. Chocolate's not good for dogs, is it? Alrighty. Trying to make sure that they're all even. A little bit messy. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is, I'm actually gonna put a few more Oreos in there. I wanna make sure that they all have a lot of Oreo. All right, so now I'm taking the remaining mixture and I'm putting it in my loaf pan. And this is really fun too because you can kind of cut the ice cream. I'm gonna show you what that looks like as soon as it freezes. So you need about 6 hours. So if you wanna make this, don't make it right before dinner and think you're gonna have it after dinner. You need to make it in the morning and then it would be ready for dinner. Or make it the day before and it'll be ready the next day. So you need about a good solid 6 hours. Alrighty, so this is what the pan looks like. Can you see that in the pan? All right, so it's real runny, okay? And it's got the yummy Oreos all in it. And there's the muffin pan. So I'm gonna go ahead and put them in the freezer and then we're going to come back and I'm gonna show you the finished product, so stay tuned. So before you put it in the freezer, my suggestion is just to take a paper towel, and if you can see how it kind of dripped all over your muffin pan, my suggestion is just to quickly clean it, only because it'll help you have easy cleanup for later. So what I like to do is I like to just clean this up a little bit here so that it's not as hard to clean up, because otherwise it's sticky, you've got to scrape it off. And so I just take the paper towel and go around the muffin tin like that. Super easy. And then it's nice, easy cleanup for later. You'll still have to wash and to rinse it. But see how that is? So students, just clean it like that beforehand and it'll be much easier for you. And please don't forget the wax paper. That again will make it a lot easier for you to take out. All right, stay tuned. Well, we're back and we have ourselves my mother's recipe for cookies and cream, freezer ice cream. And so she gave me a recipe book when I got married and it was in here. And it was also a family favorite that she used to make. So really fitting because today's actually Mother's Day and I'm making this. And I have my firstborn who made me a mother. So that's perfect, and beautiful tulips that she bought me. So earlier I told you to put your mixture in a pan, in a baking pan, and like a regular bread baking pan. And you can use wax paper or tin foil. That's fine too. You can even use saran wrap. That works as well. But I really think that the wax paper and the tin foil are the best to get it out. But I've used all three, depending on the day. So this is what it's turned out to look like. That's the loaf. And here is the bottom. Actually, that looks kind of pretty. So I'll put it on that side and I'm just gonna cut it. This is a very pretty looking dish. So you can, if you wanna serve it, you can serve it like that. And I actually have, I know, I didn't actually make the homemade whipped cream. Where is my whipped cream?
There, it's on the
There it is. Okay, so it looks really, really pretty if you take it and you serve it to mom like that. And you can put it, you can put it on a little plate to serve your mama. So we're gonna go ahead and get a little plate. I'm gonna get a fork, and I'm gonna see what Chloe thinks of our freezer Oreo ice cream. I'm gonna let her take a bite, and then I'm also gonna show you how this is right here.
I mean, you can't really go wrong.
It actually looks like somebody has snuck in and taken a few. I think my sons are the culprits. But anyway, so
Oreos don't last long in our house.
Oreos don't last long.
You have to hide them.
So you can take this, you can peel it out, and look how easy that is. And then you can eat it. Delicious. Should I have a bite? What do you think, Chloe?
Oh, it's so good.
Mmm. Delicious. Have fun, students. I love you. Bye.